Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Garage Golf Simulator. This is Turbo Talon Golf. It's Wednesday, the 28th of January, 2026. And I just got my Yamaha Sutton Tour Model W602 Persimmon one wood in the mail. I don't know if you guys can see this. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful club. Hal Sutton here. It's going to be hard for me to show you. The whipping is perfect. Graphite shaft. Yamaha Tour on the shaft there. And then I did put a Golf Pride grip on it because that grip was screwed up. But you can see the wood grain. You probably can't see it because this is a shitty webcam camera. Just a beautiful, beautiful golf club. Let's play a quick round with it in the Ping I woods, or Ping I2 irons. Joe Legowski's league appears to have renewed. Hero Dubai Desert Classic at Hitchcock Links. I did not have to download the course, so I'm guessing I've already played it before. 60, 450 yard tees, Saturday pins, gimme auto putts 5. Normal greens, normal fairways, 11 stimp, calm wind, all of that stuff. And we're at 300 feet above sea level. I opened a brand new pack of Pro V1s just for this beautiful club. My initial few swings with it on the GS Pro driving range, it doesn't, I'll just say it outright, it doesn't hit very far. It doesn't hit very far. But let's run through this round real quick, watch some TikToks, and yeah, let's try to have some fun. We know that we're nursing a slice in the sim, so we're going to aim over here. Still haven't really figured that out yet. Hal Sutton Yamaha Persimmon. The internet says it was manufactured around 1990, so it's not a super old, super vintage club. But let's tee off. Okay, 138 miles of ball speed per hour, and we were able to go, I don't know, the launch monitor says 233 total distance, but I was barely able to get 200 here. We still got 286 to the pin. Let's go ahead and just keep on crushing the Persimmon. We do know that we're going to be going to the right, though. Excuse me, the right. Just beautiful. Screws on the front insert. That's where the saying hit it off the screws came from. Did we not have a ball here? We good to go? Okay, there it went. Right into the bunker. We're not really here to score well, especially on a Joe Legowski event. So we're hitting 122 out of a bunker. We're playing the Ping I2 Plus irons from circa 1990, if you can see them. The whole bag, except for my putter, is clubs from the 90s. And then I'm obviously playing the Lab DF3. A putter is a very, it's a very personal thing. And to just go switching a putter up willy-nilly is not a great idea. I would go hit with it quite a lot before I actually put it into play. Okay, we got lucky there. That was a little bit thin. 277. We're just going to hit over here in this general region. Yamaha Persimmon, 1 wood. Does not hit very far. But you can swing it as hard as you would swing a modern driver. I will tell you that. You guys, I am not this bad off the tee in real life. I put out quite a few on-course videos. You'll have to go check them out yourself. But off the tee here seems to be a major sore spot in the simulator. I don't know what it is. I'm using a ProTee VX overhead launch monitor. Yep. All right, we were hitting too far. I think we're at 300 feet above sea level and we were hitting out of the rough. Total distance, carry would have been 150. So we lost 40 yards of carry and still went too far. Meaning a mistake on my part, I'm guessing. 30 yards. We're just smoking the ball. That's probably going to roll off the green. Maybe it won't. First putt here, I think. Yes. We're not really looking to score very well. We're looking to hit the vintage clubs, especially the Persimmon. But we'll always take those ones there. Hey, Flying Fat Kid, it's just the Persimmon driver. And I don't even think your steroided up butt could hit this thing very far. It's it doesn't hit very far, dude. It doesn't hit very far. I broke out a brand new box of Pro V1s just for this occasion. It does not hit very far. Luckily, Joe Legowski has chosen a course here with great big fairways, kind of like Bandon Dunes or something. That felt really good, and we'll see how far it goes. That was a pretty good strike. 142 mile an hour ball speed, and you could see we carried 225. We'll try to get the ball speed up. Flying Fat Kid said, how's the forgiveness? I saw a lot of people online talking about if you don't hit it exactly off the screws right here, you're shit out of luck. I don't feel that way. Now, I may not have hit it toey enough or heely enough, but it's just such a gorgeous club, and I am a woodworker, so I can appreciate the grain in here. And I got this for $100 off of eBay. There's absolutely no damage on it at all. It barely looks like it's been used. The grip was severely dry rotted, though. It was the original grip. So we'll keep on hitting it, but it's not going to go anywhere near as far as the G430 Big Dog would. So we just got to get that out of our head right now and know that we're using vintage clubs and just be okay with the outcome, right? Okay, that's a pretty good shot on and two. We'll look at a shitty TikTok after this. It says it's Flying Fat Kid said you have to use linseed oil on it. I don't know. It does say it's oil hardened here on the base. Right here, can you see that? But for as good a shape as it was in, I couldn't turn it down for $100 on eBay. And the guy packaged it really well. Very well packaged, very safely packaged, and it's about 1/2 inch longer than the the Ping i2 one wood. It'd have been really nice if that fell, but we're chugging right along. Let's check out a TikTok. Yeah. Flying Fat Kid says he's looking for hickory sticks. I'm not quite that brave, dude. But you can let us know how it goes. I would like to see if I could get into the 150 mile an hour ball speeds. If I could get to some semblance of what the big dog hits, but I don't know if that's going to happen. Let's see what this shitty TikTok's got in store for us. This gal's in what I presume, based on how she's dressed, is a Subaru. Her name is Lexi McDonald. We've got some shit going on here, right? She said, you know what's gross? Women get addressed by Miss, Ms., or Ms. because society deems it important to know if she's single, married, or widowed. Men, on the other hand, are only addressed by Mr. because their relationship to women does not affect their social status. Lexi, you look like you're about 22 years old. I think I don't think. I know there was absolutely a time where this mattered, and there was absolutely a time where women probably were valued more as property than anything else. And there's some parts of the planet where that's still true. I don't like it. I love my mother. I love my grandmother. I love my sister. I love my wife. She's my ride or die. But I think, at least in America, this is kind of gone out the door. So what you should do, in my opinion, is find other stuff to bitch about that's a little more relevant. I don't address anybody by Miss, Ms., or Ms. I address them as ma'am, right? Military boy. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. I don't even care about this shit. I work at a very big aerospace contractor. Nobody cares about this shit. So maybe you live somewhere where this matters. I am not entirely sure that it's as big of a deal as you're making it out to be, especially in the year 2026, where, yeah, I don't think it's as big of a deal as you think it is. Anyway, there's your first shitty TikTok. I'm obviously from northern Utah, United States of America, and I don't address anybody as Ms., Miss, or Miss, so get a life. Get yourself a life. I mean, dude, delicious. Did you see her headband and her... She was definitely driving a Subaru. I'm telling you, dude. 50-50 chance. How about that? Oh, draw. Fade. Just don't go in the bunker. Oh! Okay, guys. Magical force field around the bunkers in GS Pro. I've covered this on many, many, many occasions with many, 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 many swear words. I'm not going to do it again. Yeah. Let's not waste precious time with our Persimmon one wood, because I've already griped about that shit enough as it is. That's a strange amount of power out of a bunker near the green. Okay, guys, we're not, so the bunkers, the green side bunkers on this course are not 50% power loss. We need to remember that, even though I absolutely will not remember that. And I know better than to putt on the transition between the fairway and the green. That's going to get you every time. Don't do it. Yeah, this course is amazing, dude. I'm getting some Tobacco Road vibes, but it's definitely its own little course. Get in that hole. Yeah, right. Okay, we got a bogey. That's fine. We're scooting along. We have another chance to hit the Persimmon here, the Yamaha Sutton. We know it ain't going to go that far, but we know it's going to slice like a son of a bitch, like all of our other clubs do. I think there might be something about this club that the ProTee doesn't like, because we've had an awful lot of misreads even while I was warming up. Let's hope it doesn't continue. That was 145 mile an hour ball speed, which is not bad. It's not flying fat kid level, and you can see we only carried 200 yards. We did carry 225 in the lab software though. So something, GS Pro took a bunch of 25 yards from us for some reason. I don't know. I'm not really super concerned about it. But let's hit a 2-iron into this green. Keep on fading. That ain't bad. You guys, Joe Legowski does not have easy courses. Unless you're a very, very good golfer in real life, don't expect to score well on a Joe Legowski event. This is also something you've heard me say many times before. Just reiterating. That's not quite what we wanted. Dreaded double chip coming up here. What's in the chat ski? Steven, Ms. is the gender neutral title. Not sure why she wants to complain about that one. Just based on the looks of her and the fact that she's posting anything on TikTok at all, she's just looking for clicks. She's trying to affirm the reason for her existence. And guys, I don't know what it is. This is going to sound terrible. I don't see very many males posting on TikTok at all. And when we do see them, we roast the shit out of them, right? Because they're usually saying something stupid, like the vegan guy yesterday. Okay, we had 144 miles an hour of ball speed there. We're barely going like 200, guys. This club is, it's fine. But we're gonna let's hit the 1-iron here just for fun, because we're having a good time. Let's hit this 1-iron up there, hopefully park it near the green. The Persimmon is not for big hitters. Now, I will assess how it does outside on the golf course. Oh, hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, gazoon tight. I'll let you know how it does outside on the golf course if we get to go. We're getting a little bit of snow flurry here. 14 yards. Ooh, I snorted something up. Feels like when you get like pepper in your nose. Like when you're at the dinner table and accidentally get some like pepper leavings in your nose, that's what it feels like. Hopefully it's not Spetsnaz. Pretty lumpy green. I wouldn't expect very good scores here. We're probably going to shoot pars and bogeys. Flying Fat Kid says it could be the color messing with the IR. Didn't I have some masking tape here somewhere? I would really hate to put masking tape on this Persimmon. Tell you what, I'll test it and do it later. It don't matter. It's not a big deal. If you're dumb enough to try to use vintage clubs with the amount of technology that's available now, you deserve what you got coming to you. And again, I will test them out on the golf course. Not them, it. I'll test it out on the golf course if we go on Friday. And I'll report back. But it's got a graphite shaft. It feels really good. Yeah, we're having a lot of mishits with it. We're having a lot of, not mishits, but the launch monitor's not reading anything at all. It says we're good to go. Lovely little banana slice. I would really hate if this club continued to have trouble in the simulator, but this club was manufactured when most of us were still wearing Jinkos and listening to fucking Pearl Jam. So, can you even be mad at it? I don't think you can. All right, guys, let's hit a 3-iron into this green. Remember that these clubs are pretty high lofted. It's not going to be lofted like a standard 3-iron would. Sit. That ain't gonna sit. That's gone. You guys, every one of these greens here at Hitchcock has been domed. They're elevated. You can see they're elevated and they have a lot of undulation. I'm honestly surprised we're only 3 over par here. I did suck something up my nose though. Okay. This may be a bogey, maybe a double bogey. It's a flat putt, but we're not really here for the golf. We're here for the conversation, the persimmons, the vintage clubs, and the shitty TikToks, right? These greens are pretty hard to read. Let's just say that bogey's the new par on this course. Flying Fat Kid says wasabi gets him. I haven't done anything with wasabi in a while. My cousin sent some of those wasabi chips over from Japan when she was stationed overseas. They were weird. No, it wasn't wasabi chips, it was wasabi Kit Kats, the chocolate bars. So, yeah. What's the replay saying? The replay's always going to say we're coming over the top. That's not news. You can see that we hit directly off the screws. 240 yards, 145 mile an hour ball speed. Jesus Christ, have I lost my mind? 111 into the pin. So I don't think a wasabi Kit Kat's going to get me sneezing, but all right, guys, it's feast or famine here. That club was too short. Let's do some putting, and my God, do we have a lot of it to do. 53 feet plus 15, 68 feet of putting here. Let's just say that bogey's par here in a Joe Legowski event. Good putt. Yeah, Flying Fat Kid says it sounds awful. The wasabi Kit Kats. I think I ate one of them and the rest of them ended up like expiring. If I'm being completely honest. It just wasn't, it's not my thing. Let's take a look at a TikTok. This one's interesting, and I'll tell you why. This gal's name is Bree, B-R-I. There's nothing wrong with that. She's rocking the stupid nails and the stupid sunglasses. Seems like a bit of an attention whore to me. Her caption is "Follow your dreams." But this is the part that I don't like, especially somebody who's been employed since they were 16 years old and pretty much never not had a job since then. Yes, that was a double negative. I apologize. It says, "Girl, quit that 9 to 5 because I did, and now I'm eating a Whopper on my way to get filler and Botox on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. She's clearly, I can't see her ring hand, so I don't know if she's engaged or has a partner. But this is spreading a pretty bad message to people, especially younger girls who don't know how life works maybe. You can't just quit your job unless you've got another job lined up or you've become independently wealthy or you've won the lottery or something. Or she's got a very nice husband or boyfriend that has allowed her to quit her job and eat fucking hamburgers in her car on her way to get filler and Botox on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. And I don't like this because it spreads a really misleading message to young ladies and maybe young adults that you can do something like this, when in reality, if someone's depending on you to keep a roof over their head or food in their mouth, you can't just quit your job. So this is probably a very small chunk of the story. Maybe she's between jobs, or she's got some guy who's okay with her not working while she's getting lip filler and Botox on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. But we've got to remember that young people are very impressionable, and that it is an extremely bad idea to quit your job. Don't do it, okay? That's my opinion. Your opinion may differ. You can't just quit your job, because if that was the case, everybody would have done it, right? All right, now that I feel like whatever his name, Huxtable, is giving you a life lesson, let's play some golf. Flying Fat Kid says, back in the day, 240 was bombed. Yes, that is true. I'll caveat by saying, I'm either going to need to have to make, I got to make a tough decision if I'm not going to use current tech to pretty much have all of my friends out hitting me off of the tee box. And if I'm playing the tips tees, I'm certainly going to be at a huge disadvantage. I either need to be okay with that or just go back to my modern clubs. Let's see if we can get through the trees. Okay, we got pretty lucky there. That must have been a nasty heel shot. 89 yards. We can't count that one. It went 187, but it was a really bad shot. 135 ball speed. I almost got decapitated. That's no good. And we got another raised green here with a bunker in front and a bunker on the right. I don't know where that Pro V1 went, but I've got more in my pocket. I try to keep them warm, especially in the winter. Kind of like incubating an egg. That's a good little shot right there. That'll set us up for hopefully a Parsky. Flying Fat Kid says scoreboard's the only thing that matters. For me, hitting far helps me lower my score, but I also lose strokes to bad drives. Yeah. That's all pretty true. I'm not as fixated on score as I was at the beginning of the season. I just want to try new stuff and experience these old clubs. I don't think there's a lot of people out there that are that stupid. So I will be the stupid one for you. I like to say when my buddies are making fun of me for playing old clubs, I'm playing golf for a long time, not a good time. I intend to play this game unless something terrible happens. I intend to play golf until, you know, I got one foot on a banana peel and the other one in a grave, so I don't necessarily need to have the newest tech all the time, even though I do have it. I'm not currently, it's not in the bag. That's gonna go way right. That hit the impact screen to the right of the, yeah, to the right of the center line. You can see that was a little towy. 220 yards. It's just something that I'm gonna have to be okay with. The irons are fine, but you can definitely tell that there's been a kind of some step function improvements with driver in technology. Okay, you were supposed to slice. No, because if it would have actually done what it was supposed to do, it would have been a really beautiful shot. And we can't have any of that shit. Okay, number 10 here to get on the green out of the deep. I wouldn't hit out of here, I'd just move my ball. That's kind of where I'm at in my golf game right now. Quit making the shit difficult and move your ball 1 foot out of the deep rough and have a good time. Let's see here. Flying Fat Kid says less room for error, but he thinks it'll help me out in the long run. Let's hope so, sir. Let's hope so. Okay, we got 200 yards into this pin. This is going to be tough. Let's hit a 2-iron into the green and see where we end up. I would rather not be in that big bunker. So what I'm going to do is just aim to get on the green, even though I think it's a pretty messed up looking green. It's definitely a 2-tiered green. I'm here for a long time, but not a good time. If it gets bad enough, I'll switch back to the big dog. That was pretty towy. I'm interested to see where we land. You guys, you would think that somebody would become like a scratch golfer and then start experimenting with older clubs. Probably a good idea. I can't really talk smack on that, but every golfer's journey is a little different. And you can rest assured that if you're doing it different than the status quo, there's going to be a bunch of people that have something to say about it. Let's putt. We don't need to put too much into this. It's breaking a little bit from right to left. 30-footer. Not too bad. I think that's a par. That's a bogey. Oh yeah, we had that. That's a par 3. What do we got here? Let's look at a shitty TikTok. This one's a little bit weird. I don't have any kids, so I probably shouldn't even be showing it at all. This is Britmo Forever. So I'm guessing she's like 17 years old. No, she says she's in her 30s with an apostrophe. She says, having a baby in your 30s hits different, dog. We paid almost 70 grand to have him, and he's just chilling in his $2,500 stroller as we just dropped 400 at a Target on all of the clothes for him. He will never know survival mode. Couple of things here. I'm pretty sure you didn't pay $70,000 to have the kid. I'm pretty sure your insurance company did. So I wouldn't say that's a flex. He's chilling in his $2,500 stroller. My question to that, and this is coming from a dude with no children, but I do love children. Why would you buy a fucking $2,500 stroller? Like, what is, does it change diapers for you? And Is it self-guided? Like, what do you need a $2,500 stroller for? You could buy a nice used car for $2,500. And then $400 on clothes at Target would take about 20 minutes. Those of you who have been to Target know the stuff there's not expensive, but it's not cheap. The part I keyed in on here was he will never know survival mode. Hopefully he knows survival mode after he turns of age and moves out of the house, because if you continue to coddle him like this, he's going to be on your tit till he's 40 or 50 years old, or you die first. I understand splurging for your kids a little bit, but to say he will never know survival mode is kind of like saying he will never know what it's like to be a human being. To which I say, don't rob him of that awesome / shitty thing. Right? I'm probably not qualified to talk about any of this, but why do you need a $2,500 stroller? And why would you want your kids to never ever experience what it's like to be a human? Am I saying put them out on the streets when they're 15? Absolutely not. But for them to never experience survival mode, aka what it's like to be a human, I think is a disservice to them. Because you're not going to be around forever. Someday you will die. Or the money will dry up or whatever, and that kid will need to experience real life. Anyway, let's hit a golf ball. $140-mile-an-hour ball speed, that's not going to get us very far. Maybe 200 and some change. Flying Fat Kid just actually put one of my favorite quotes of all time in the chat. He says, easy times make weak men make hard times make strong men make easy times. And you can see how that's goes circularly, right? So at any given time, you're either experiencing easy times or hard times. And that causes the people, not just the men, mostly the men, to they're either going to be strong or they're going to be weak depending on the things they've experienced, which is exactly what I was just talking about. You don't want your kids to grow up to be weak. They need to experience real life. Not saying necessarily like being destitute, but at least experience real life. I don't think you should go through your whole life never experiencing pain. To do it every day all the time would suck balls, but to never do it, I think you're missing out on the human experience. Guys, I should aim to the right. I slice horribly in the simulator. It's so hard for me to like reprogram my brain. Okay, we had a good, pretty shitty tick-tock there. Let's get 50 yards up onto the green here. Roll back, roll back, roll back. What was that? Are you telling me my ball had a bunch of side spin? I don't know. You guys, you got to take the simulator with a grain of salt. It is very accurate depending on the launch monitor you're using. But at the same time, this software does some shit you would never ever see in real life. It's braking hard to the left. We might be in the circle, but I'm thinking we're going to be in for a pretty difficult putt. Oh, maybe not. 7-footer, looks straight. Okay, guys, we're hanging on for dear life here in this Joe Legowski event. Yep. Flying Fat Kid says best quote ever. I agree. And he also says temporary discomfort teaches more lessons than being comfortable. 100% agree. I remember when I was 19 years old and I went to military basic training in Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. I was experiencing all sorts of things I'd never experienced before. I'd never been away from my family. I'd never been away from my wife. Things were really weird, and there was always somebody in my shit telling me what to do, when to go to sleep, when to wake up, when to fold my clothes, when to march to the BX, when to do this, when to do that, when to eat, like when to run, when to stand at attention. Like there was nothing, at no point in time was my drill instructor not up my ass, you know? And it taught me a lot of lessons. Anyway, I've beat this subject to an absolute pulp, which I often do. Let's play some golf. I'm late for dinner. I just had to hit this Persimmon. I had to do it. Too much club. Do you see how hard GS Pro was working to put that ball in the bunker? 15 yards, run right. We should be okay here. Nope, too much. That's gonna maybe stick. Okay, guys, you got to be a little closer to the pin than that after 3 shots. We are going to take a bogey here. Let's just get up in the circle. We got to move along with the round. That was too hard. Okay, double bogey. You ain't going to score well in these events, so don't get bent out of shape about it. We're 6 over after 13. I'd say that's pretty good for a J-lag event. Flying Fat Kid says I'm playing well. I appreciate you. 30, 40-year-old clubs. I'd say probably closer to 30. And I don't know how much temperature affects this insert. I wouldn't say it's warm in here, but I also wouldn't say that whatever we're seeing here is like representative of what's going to happen outside. I have a horrible, horrible slice in here. That's going to end up over in no man's land. Did you guys see that ball jump in the air? The physics are all over the place. I'd do a replay, but I'm already late for dinner. GS Pro sucks and the physics are worse than GS Pro. Hopefully we can get some new software out next quarter. Try that out. Go, go, go. I will tell you these Pro V1s do have, they feel a lot better than those cheap MAXFLI TRIFLIs. I have like a dozen boxes of those stupid balls because they were $15 a box. Oh, that was a birdie if you can believe that load of shit. 15th hole, let's get over here in this landing area. We're dead, guys. Maybe I can get through those trees. What do we get there? 203. What's in the chatski? Steven says, willing to bet my house that GS Pro will never ask you to be a spokesperson for them? No. No. I'm surprised I haven't gotten some sort of cease and desist because I've said some despicable things about this software. Nothing. No decease, no desist. It's really bad software. It's barely fulfilling a need. Oh, don't make me hit out of the deep again. You guys, that you can guarantee when you're going from deep rough to deep rough that you're going to have a bad hole. This is a par 5, thankfully. Let's hit... Steven, I'm honestly surprised nobody else is talking about this shit, because it can't just be me. It cannot just be me. But you got these big name golfers that are using GS Pro, JT Walsh, Bansager, fucking Joe Legowski, and none of them are saying anything about the physics, and I find it really weird. Oh, guys, we are blowing this hole up. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, they've never even gotten a hold of me or anything. They've never... Right, I got a pretty small channel, but as my channel grows and I continue to bitch about this shitty software, I would assume they would try to do something to maybe make it right. You guys, I've got to replay that one. Let's check this out. I wish you could slow down a replay, but they can't even fucking be bothered to give us any camera controls here. I wouldn't say I'm a professional golfer by any stretch of the imagination, and I'm not qualified to speak on said subject. But when a ball hits the side of a hill, it doesn't accelerate forward. Replay exit. My wife is going to kill me. I also would like to know how many subscribers they have that are paying the annual fee every year. That would be, I don't know if old Google AI knows something like that. But I would assume there's somewhere GS Pro's bragging about how many people use it, right? I thought we were going to have a straight shot there. No such luck. It is all good. 138 ball speed. 260 to the pin. Let's just hit driver off the deck. We know this thing is going to slice very, very hard. So let's just aim over here in this clearing. You guys, I've had more launch monitor mishits in this round than I've had probably in 6 months. Uh-oh. Okay, everything says we're clean and green. There's something the launch monitor doesn't like about this Persimmon club. Or maybe it's just straight up disconnected. All right. Guys, it is 15 after 6. I got a jet. Yeah, we got the Happy Golf 4 in here. He's got a different type of logo than everybody else does. Welcome to the chat. Steven says too many launch monitors out there. GS Pro is the only one that works across almost all of them. I agree. And GS Pro is also the only program that you can use SGT on. I know GS Pro is not going away, but I really hope they make a concerted effort to fix some of the issues that they have. Guys, I'm going to cut the video short. We have 3 holes left, so let's just say maybe 8, 9, 10 over par here for the round. I'll finish it up later, but I told my wife I'd be in the house by 6 o'clock to eat dinner, and I already was at work way longer than I needed to be. Guys, I appreciate you tuning into the live stream. Today we were using the Yamaha Persimmon Woodwood Tour Model W602. Ping i2 Plus irons. We're not doing much worse than we would be using modern clubs, but I don't have time to sit and troubleshoot what's going on with the launch monitor here. I got to get in the house. This has been a Turbo Talon Golf production. I love you guys. We'll see you later. Crushing it. I just saw that you were in the chat. Sorry, dude. We'll see you guys later. Have a good one. I'm signing out.